All right. I think we're back. And it should be proper now. All righty. There it is. Okay. So, I-beam. Back to making an I-beam. Which what I was trying to do here was, I think, select this and nope. How do we mirror it? Oh, there we go. And how do we like offset it? I don't know. You know what? I probably need to move this below the let's jump out of here. GZ. Probably below there, like something like that. Up there it is, right? Okay, and then come back in here and go GZ clipping, right? GZ. All right, there's our I-beam. Let's grab this stuff here and that, actually, and that, and scale that on the Y. Boom! There's our I-beam, guys. We made it. And there's a little bit of a gap, right? Yeah, I see it. We gotta fix that. Select all that. GZ. All right, boom. There's our I-beam. Nice. It's not the most best, but hey, it's gonna get the job done. I'm actually just gonna apply the modifier. Boom. And just apply that. And then what I at least want to do is come in here to my edge mode, and I want to select. Actually, I'm gonna grab this edge here and dissolve it. Dissolve edge. It's not dissolving. Dissolve edge. All right, how about delete edge? Nope, well, I guess we're not doing that. We'll just leave it alone. But I want to take this here and this here and this here and this here, and I do want to bevel it. Oh, we're back. Good. Nick, what's up? What up? I had to shut down the stream because it was all jacked up. The aspect ratio was set to something totally different. So now we're back. Let's apply the scale on this. I'm making an I-beam for my billboard thing. And it's pretty sad, but I don't even know how to model an I-beam, but I did it. I'm good. That's good, man. That's good. Working on any projects, anything? What do you got going? By the way, cool Insta reels. Ah, thanks. Just trying to keep it real. Struggles of a Blender content creator, right? And I'm just having fun with it, man. Like, can't take this stuff too serious, otherwise it's gonna kill the vibe, right? All right. Can we do shade auto smooth on that? No, we don't need it, right? Shade smooth, shade auto smooth. I don't think we need it. But we do need some bevels on this because nothing is completely has sharp edges. Especially if it was I-beam with still sharp edges, it would literally cut your hand. Let's go bevel. All right, maybe go like 3 segments, and let's make it just something. All right, now let's go shade auto smooth. I don't know. It looks good. It's an I-beam. Good. Now texture. How can we get it? Let's get a texture for this I-beam. I'm learning V-Ray to see if I can translate to cycles. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. You should share your journey while you're learning. I'm quite sure somebody else wants to learn V-Ray. Just start making little short videos like on IG or something. Like, hey, this is what I learned in V-Ray today. That's how I got started with this whole journey of learning Octane. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy. Just literally like screenshots of or you know, screen recordings like I'm doing. All right. All right, let's get a texture for this. What do we need? Steel. Pictures of I-beams from the top view. I mean, I could have just used some generic, you know, let me just get pictures of, hang on first. Pictures of steel I-beams. Alright, I want to just get something cool so I can have it one time and I can always have this asset for later. Ooh, I like these red ones. That's cool. But what I think I'm just going to do is just use some typical easy setup here in Octane so I don't have to worry about anytime later. I can just quickly adjust, like procedural. I don't want to have any image maps or texture maps so it's not missing anything. Just get a good reference of just some good general steel. I started posting tutorials on channel, but not about V-Ray. Well, you're learning V-Ray right now, so that might be a good source. You know, I'm quite sure somebody out there needs some help with V-Ray. The most important thing I think with posting is posting stuff that you enjoy posting, because so it doesn't burn you out. Like trying to vlog every day, that's instant burnout. Like I did it for like 5 months on my other mobile channel. It's instant burnout. It's so hard to maintain that. But posting Blender stuff like this, playing in Octane, this is easy for me. Like I love it, and it's fun, and I can just jump on, hit screen record, and boom, we're streaming, or we're doing it. All right, I'm losing focus on this. For now, let's move on. Let's keep building. We're supposed to be building this thing here. We can texture it later. Actually, let me just throw a quick texture on it. I gotta have something on it. Ooh, and this scene is not even set up, right? Where is it? It's not. Why don't we see anything? Did my server turn off? Nope, server is still active. How come we don't see anything? Oh, you know why? Because I remember I turned off the lights. And for now, we'll just do like that, and then let's go ahead and add in our, there we go. Let's add a texture to this. Let's add a metallic on it. Give it some roughness. Give it GGX, energy preserve. And let's just add in a noise texture. Like that, right? And let's plug this noise texture into what? What should we plug it into? The roughness. Let's bring it into the roughness. And for right now, this is just going to be a placeholder texture. Let's crank up those octaves a little bit. Let's add a projection on it. I have a X normal on an instant mesh tutorial coming out soon on my channel. Stay tuned. Cool. Drop it. Drop it. Anybody watching, take a look at it. Throw your YouTube channel link up in the comments there. So if anybody can later on, when people, I'm quite sure there's only a couple people watching right now, but I'll get a lot of replays. People come back on the replays. All right, that's good for now. All right, just a little placeholder texture. I'll come back and play with textures later. Yeah, good. All right, so now back to over here, we need to build the base. So it looks like we got an I-beam here on the base, another I-beam on the base. So let's just go ahead and take this. I'm gonna alt duplicate everything so when I add a texture in later, it'll all be kosher, right? And let's bring back our thing here and GZ this up. And actually, I need to give props. Who made this? This was from a couple of years back. What's his name? Carl Perzai. I gotta give props where props are due. Right. This is an free asset pack that I got from him on Gumroad, I think. Like literally like 3 years ago. He's got a really cool hang on. Channel. KarlPoyzer. Yep, here he is. Take him out. This is where this asset's coming from, right here. Take a look at his channel. He's got some really cool stuff. Man, when's the last time he posted? 2 months ago. A little bit off subject, though. Rise and fall of AI. But where I got these from was around in this area here. I think it was this asset kit batch, maybe right here. I think it was this one. Or this one. Yeah. Take a look at his channel. He's got some cool stuff. Hasn't posted in a long time. But he was making some really cool stuff, and now that's what most people. It's hard to stay consistent. It's hard. It's hard. All right, so I got that going, and I'm actually going to close that other file because I got 2 files open right now. And don't save. All right, so this is going to be the base. Let's go GZ this up. And let's jump in here. Kill all that text. He retired. Yep. Yep. I almost retired last week. Actually, I almost retired on Friday, but I decided to stay around and do a couple more years. Oh, man. Let's do something like this. All right. And let's scale those on X. Something like that. And I have a lot of Octane material assets on Cinema 4D, but I want to move into Blender. Is it possible to use those materials in Blender Octane? No. Like, you have Octane material assets on Cinema 4D? No. Unfortunately, because the node systems are different. Like, I mean, some say you can export as an Orbix file, but I haven't yet to get that to work. So I know a new guy, he's been posting he's been making new Blender Octane materials, and they're pretty dope, from Pixel Lab. Pixel Lab has been I think I have the link in the description of this video. He makes some really cool stuff, and he made a whole bunch of stuff for. He actually made a couple free packs. There's like a free pack too for Blender Octane. But Pixel Lab, he's got some Blender Octane exclusive materials, which is taking a really long time. So if I come in here, Octane. Sounds better full screen now. Yeah, I was in the wrong profile. Because when I do my YouTube videos, I make it like huge. So I literally have two HD viewports side by side. And then when I take it into DaVinci Resolve, and I can literally have my B-roll on one side and my A-roll on one side recording simultaneously. And it's just so much easier to edit that instead of having to do it. So here's an Octane pack, Blender Octane pack. What else he's got? He's got a lot of more Blender Octane packs here. Yep, so Blender Octane. Oh, here it is, Blender. Yeah, these are all Blender Octane material packs. Right here. And he's got a freebie, so you can check it out if you want. But I use them. I have them. They rock. They rock. Some are procedural, some are image maps. I keep pressing save. Like here, you can see here, that's them on the side here. Some of them. Really good materials. Like, I would use those right now probably on this, but I don't want to put any image materials on. I want to keep it Octane stock, so when I bring them into other files that are like, I just don't have to worry about missing images. All right, so we got the base, and let's go ahead and take this. We're gonna alt duplicate GZ, rotate it Z 90, scale on the X. Oh no, we don't want to scale on the Y. GX, GY. I need to get my origins proper. Something like that. Let's turn back on snapping. Snap, and let's go G up. Nah, I want to hide it. Let's go GZ. GZ. Come on. GZ. There it goes. It snaps onto there. And I like that. Turn off snapping. Let's go Alt DX. And what is that command for repeat? Shift R? There's like a shortcut for a repeat something, a repeat in action. Shift R. Shift R. Oh, it is Shift R X. Boom, there it is. Shift R. Learn something every day. All right. Where were we? Back to our modeling tab. And I keep hitting the save button by accident, and I haven't saved. So subconsciously, I was like, dude, save. I kept hitting the save button, but I hadn't saved yet. I just looked up at the file right now. Let's go ahead and quickly save this. We're gonna call this ramen sign. What's up? Did I miss? Tons better. Full screen now. You're the best YouTube Octane channel on YouTube. That takes a lot. Try Shift R. Yep, Shift R was it. That was the tick. All right. Boom. So we got that. And then looks like we've got. I'm just going to do that raw like here on top how it is here. And then we're going to need one that's going to connect this base, right? Because there should be one on the base. Like, how's it going to hold it up? So what we're going to do, jump back into my favorite view, and then we'll come over here, setting that up. We'll go Alt, duplicate, Z, bring that up just underneath there. Come over here. And let's go G, move that over here, just underneath this. Like that. And then we'll go Alt, D, Y. Put that underneath there. Pop in the bottle. Yeah, I was gonna go downstairs and grab a little something to drink. There's a convenience store like literally like rock stone. I can throw a rock at it and hit the building. Yeah, in Japan it's 2:39 p.m. Sunday evening or late afternoon, I should say. I was gonna go get a little something to drink too. I'm a red wine guy. Red wine. I was gonna go grab one. It's like a cup of wine before it gets too late into the evening because it affects my sleep. Alcohol just ruins my sleep pattern. All right, so we got that, and then what should we do? Let's just duplicate this one. Let's go Alt D, Z it down, rotate on Y, 90, scale on Z. We're playing with Lego blocks in 3D, basically. So I'm trying to tell myself that so I don't overcomplicate these things here. Like the basic building blocks of building. Scale Z, GZ. Oh, I totally forgot to plug this link into my community. Hang on, I gotta do that, guys. I'm sorry. I can't be dissing out my family on the. Hang on here. I always forget to do that whenever I live stream. Copy link. Like, I always do that. I always forget. All right, let me quickly throw this in there. All right, let's see what's happening here really quickly. Oh, Reg is back. Good use of the MCP in Blender. Yes. I just saw that video. Yep. Yeah, I just saw that video. I started to set it up and I couldn't get it to work, so I have to go back and look at that. If you guys don't know what NPC is, this thing allows you to basically like get into the API of Blender and like control it through Claude. And like it's like some people use it to generate AI stuff, but one thing I like about it is you can actually build plugins. Like it'll write the Python code for you to build plugins really easy, all inside of that. Because I try to make my own plugins and it's a pain. But with that, using Claude connected to it, it will write all the Python and literally simultaneously pump it into Blender on the back end through the API. It's fantastic. It's a fantastic way to build plugins. Does anyone know how to fix this issue? I have tried everything on my side from camera clipping to deleting normals and creating new ones. Oh, what's going on? I really can't see. Oh, it looks like some overlapping geometry or something. Feels like there could be Ray Espelon issues. Oh, that too. Playing with the values of the Ray Espelon views. Yeah, that could be too. All right, sorry guys, I got sidetracked. Let me come back in here. What was I supposed to be doing? Oh, I totally turned that off. I turned off live the calendar for live streaming. That's right. I forgot I turned that off. Oh well. We'll come back in here later. I gotta come back in and spend my time in there. All right, back on track. Sorry, small commercial break. And let's go ahead. And I don't want this to be too dirty geometry like that overlapping. Let's go GZ. Something like that. Scale Z. And I need to probably apply scale on that. Apply scale. Yep, there we go. All right, so we got that guy happening. And let's go ahead and put him G, Y, kind of splitting these guys here. And then let's just go Alt D X. Shift R repeats that, and then let's go G X, bring it back the other direction. G X. All right, that's coming along. It's coming along. Now what we should do, let's bring it forward though. Let's bring the whole rig forward. Let's actually bring all three of these guys here a little bit more center. Let's bring these guys more center. Like here, right? And then let's grab the whole rig. And then let's drag the whole rig forward so I can build some restraints on the back of it. GUI, kind of like that, right? Oh, it's backwards. Oh, I need to go the other way. GUI. This is the forward. And let's have that sitting over that beam. That'll be like supported like how it would be in real life. All right, now we can make some little beams here in the back. Quickly, let's take a look at our reference here. All right, bro. Have a good one. Have a good one. Take care. You too. Don't forget to drop your link in there for your channel, bro. All right, now what we're going to do is take one of these beams here. Alt D, Z. Rotate it on X, 90. And what I'm going to do is make this a little bit more smaller beam like this. Like something like that. All right. And we're going to kind of just come straight behind here. J, Y. And kind of put it like right up against this here. J, Z. He said J, Z. Ha ha ha. Right. Scale this on the up. Scale Z, GZ. There we go. Even more taller, right? Scale Z. GZ. Like that. That's good. I like it. And this time I think I'm even going to go more easy. We're going to go X. Come over here. Actually, this goes the other way because this is going to support these big high parts right here, right? And Alt DX. And Alt DX. Oh, actually, just Shift R. I guess we can't. Alt DX. Shift R. Good. Shift R. This one I'm going to scale it down a little bit. Actually, I'm not. Shift R. Metal Gear. What's cracking? Damn, that's such a great game too, bro. Metal Gear Solid PS2. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget that game. That was like one of the few games that me and my buddy actually flipped. I don't know how many hours I racked up on that game. All right, let's get one of these smaller beams in here. Alt duplicate Y. Ciao. Rotate on the Y 90. Let's go GX. Ciao GY. Bring that out like that. This is coming along. This is coming along. Let's go scale X. GX. Kind of like that. Apply the scale. All right, I'm gonna go. Image is my favorite game, and Indie made me cry. Metal Gear Solid 5. Damn, bro, what system is that on? Like PS5 or something? What was I gonna do? Alt duplicate Z. Shift R. Repeat that. Dude, Shift R is coming in clutch today. GZ. Shift R is, baby, the short key of the day. Alt duplicate Z. Shift R. Boom! Look at Shift R. All right, now let's get these. Now let's get one of these angle beams. We got to get these angle beams going, right? So I'm gonna take this bottom guy here, Shift D Z, bring it up to there, turn on my thing there. Uh-oh, something like that. I just think it. All right. Oop. Starting to rain here. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, we gotta put GZ, snap that onto. It's acting wonky. Why is that? What's wrong? Let me apply a scale. Screw it, we'll eyeball it. Real min eyeball it. There it is. Let's take one of these guys here again. Alt duplicate GY, bring it to here, and then what we're going to do is jump back in here, and then we're going to tab into it, select all, GZ up, all. Whoa. What's going on there? Why is it doing that? Oh, because it's alt duplication. Okay, no problem. So let's tab back into there, select this, P by selection. Out, select that guy, now tab into it, select it, select all, GZ, put that origin point at the bottom, tab back out that, GZ it back down like that, jump out of that view, that went too far, GZ like that, and let's go ahead and rotate this on the X and do something like that. And I don't want it to intersect. Rotate, rotate X. Something like that. Boom. And let's actually make that a little shorter. Scale that on the Z. All right, I like that. Then I'm gonna go GX, bring that over here. Oh, my wife and my daughter are back home. Hang on. All right. I like this. Let's go ahead and alt duplicate X. Shift R, 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 R. I think that's it. We're good. That's it. Boom. Oh, you know what? We did forget some crossbars. Oh no, what happened? What happened to my up and down bars that were here? Did I not make them? Anyways, let's just take this. Shift duplicate. Y 90. Oh. Rotate. Y 90. Scale on the Z. That's works. GX. I'm gonna put it in between. And then shift duplicate X. Shift R, shift R, shift R, shift R. Boom. Alright, that's cool. GX. Camera out of the way. Hide that. Alright, now let's see what this looks like with the render mode really quickly. Oh, that's still Carla's way too dark. But we're not worried about textures right now. I just really want to build this out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and now put this into the scene. And that metallic, I'm not vibing with that metallic at all. I actually think I'm probably just going to throw on one of my pixel lab materials. Metals. Aluminum, steel. Iron, steel, iron, steel. Let's try just throwing on one of these for now. Yeah, that'll be good for now. Hang on. Let's check. I want to check there's another pack here that I kind of like. That might have a cool steel on it. Mech. Military. Dirty metal. Yeah, let's try dirty metal. Yeah, I kind of vibing with dirty metal better. All right, now let's Control L, link material. Control L, link material. Boom. That'll do for now. I can always tweak them. This is going to be such a far background element that it's not like going to be like a hero. Let's come back in here, take all of this. Save first. And let's kill the renderer. Let's open up another file. And let's open up the file. Oops. All right, cool. So this is my render that I'm doing, my entry for the render network June, Utopia, Urban Utopia. So this is going to be a background element. So let's bring this in. Let's go ahead and paste this. Whoopsie. Oh, that wasn't what we wanted to do. Undo. Go back to the other file. Copy object. Back to this file, paste object. All right, that's what we're looking for. All right, let's take this and we're gonna drag it back here, and then we're gonna drag it up, something like here, and then kind of see what that's looking like in the main view. Actually, while I have it all selected, I'm gonna go damen board. Save that. Okay. Oh, let's bring it up, GZ it up a little bit more higher. Kind of like nice. I think I might like it there. I don't know if I should put it on the left side or do have a little bit of a gap over here. I think I like it there. Let's quickly see what it looks like with the render. All right, that's not looking too distracting, but it's okay. I'm not liking that metal, that iron steel color. I can change that later. But for now, I think that's gonna be fine. And what else do I need to do? What else was on my checklist? So we've got that added in. Oh, I needed to add some birds in here. I need to add some birds. I need to change this banner to something more appropriate. This is, again, that was one of my Ian Hubert assets, and I don't want to use the exact same texture that he had. So what could we do on that? All right, what could we do on that? So let's jump out. Let's go to shading. And come in here. And let's see first. Let's go ahead and put that in my folder so I can see what that looks like. And what is this one here? We've got two of them. Opening, coming soon, and grunge map. Okay, let's take that one also. So I want to use that template as my size for okay. So what we'll do now with that, let me close this other file. What I'm gonna do with this, let's jump into Photoshop first and see what we got as far as what the image actually looks like. And I might use it like as a banner for my, I really probably want to make one and animate it, but I'll do that in a different file. Let's see here. Let's see here. We want to jump into textures. I want to open this one here. All right. What is he got here? Coming soon. Bloody's Cafe opens this October. Voted best ketchup 3 years running. We hope you're hungry for food. That's awesome. All right. Let's think. Because what I'm doing here is I'm doing a, again, this is a, let's see. Let me duplicate this. I need some. What should I do? I wanted to kind of be in theme with what I got going on with my render. Oh man, what should I do? What should I do? I like this outline border. That's a good idea. Well, first thing, let's clean this up here. Let me get a new layer. And let me add in a... Actually, hang on. Let's do this the other way. Let me add in a new layer. Solid color. There we go. I like that border that he had on there. So I can bring in a this. And I'll go like this. And then, okay, yep, we'll do that. Something like this. I'm actually going to round these edges just a bit. All right, I like that. And then let's do opening soon too. Let's do that, what he did. I like the opening soon. That's kind of cool. Let's go text. Opening soon. You guys got any ideas? What should we do? Change that font up though. That feels kind of retro. I like that. Opening soon. Default cube. Child default cube. I'll just use Skool. Blender Skool. What do I got? I got some. I already think I have some. Blender Octane Skool. We'll just do that. So I come up with some. I really want to have something kind of funny, kind of like an Easter egg. If you didn't, something like that. But for now, let's just do this. Where are my stickers? Stickers, stickers, stickers. Stickers. Right, stickers. Here we go. Pretty soon. I want to make it cheesy though. I want to make it like a cheesy sign, dude. Octane blender, the best shakes in town. What should I? Make it a little bit bigger. I really like that font he's using, that cursive font. That's actually really cool. Trying to mimic something like that. Let's actually try to do a darker color too, right? Octane blender. And then let's take this opening, bring it down here, bring the size down way much. Best shakes in town. Oops. What the heck is that? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Hey. 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 I can barely hear you right now. You're breaking up. Hello. All right, back. It's raining here, and I had to bring in the laundry. All right, what's going on here? What'd I miss? Okay. Stream crash? Oh no, stream is still going. All right, that's good. No. Let me catch up. Where we at? Where we at? Where we at? Okay, so we're building the best shakes in town. That's where we're at. Best shakes in town. Octane blender. I don't like that font though. And opening soon. Best shakes in town. We're gonna make that a little bit smaller. All right, and we're gonna bring it up a little bit. Like that. And let's make it green. It looks horrendous. But that's fine. Alright, let's save this. Textures coming soon. Photoshop file, that's fine. We can leave it as a Photoshop file. Let's jump back in here. Jump back over here. And turn that off. I don't know why I turned that on. I think I'm actually going to animate this. I'm already can tell I don't like that blue. I mean that green. It's hard to read. Oh, server crashed. I'm like wondering why is this taking so long. Yeah, server crashed. That's probably when I probably had a couple, two Blender files open. That's probably what happened. All right, let's wait for that to kick back on. What else I need to add? Some I need to add some birds to this scene. That's what I need to do. Add probably some pigeons. All right, that's working this time. You can barely see it. Yeah, that green, I'm not liking that green. Let's fix that. I'm actually just going to leave it red. Let's just leave it red. And I don't like that font either. It's bugging me. Let's just quickly change it. Octane Blender. I just want some cheesy font, dude. Like, I like the vibe that he had going with some little cheesy font. Something that I would never use, kind of like. All right. Let's save that. Coming soon, Octane Blender. Best shakes in town. Nobody's ever going to notice that. But I do. So, there it is. Alright, we got that. What else is on my list that I needed to work on this thing here? I needed to add more depth, more foreground depth. Things in the foreground. So I changed the banner. That's already done. Let me take that off my list. Laundry. I was gonna do this laundry thing, having some laundry hanging up from the top. The laundry, I'm not liking the way it's coming out. Like, I'm using another Ian Hubert asset and I just don't like it. Like, I don't like the way it looks. Let's jump back out of here. For example, here is the laundry that I was going to use to kind of make my assets off of, and I'm really not vibing with these here. Let's turn it back on. So, I'm not sure I like these. So I think I'm going to pass on the laundry thing. Like, they just don't, I don't know. I'm not vibing with it. So I'm actually going to take those out of the scene here. Because if you don't need the stuff in the scene, why have it in the scene? Excuse me. So, let's pull all this stuff out. All right, and then what I was going to do, let's add some pigeons in, I guess. Let's add some pigeons. Let me quickly save this. I need more animation. I need more life. I was going to have a couple of little things flying around, like, but I'll probably have to make a little drone guy. I was trying to use one of my older assets, but from cycles, and it just was way too many materials on it that I got really depth with, so I passed on that. So let's see. Let's see about the pigeons. Let's bring that down. This is good for now. Save that. That's coming soon. Yep, save. Now, as far as the pigeons go, you need a new file. And Ian has a great asset with these pigeons, but again, they're for cycles, so I'm going to have to convert them over. Let me look on my other monitor here and get that asset going. Where's that? Blender 2023. Ian Hubert. Up. Back up. Blender 2023. Ian Hubert. Pigeons. Pipe assets. Plant library. Pigeon asset. Here we go. Pigeons. Open this. And these are actually animated too. So if I hit play, like you see they're moving around. That's really cool. But let's see how complicated this is going to be. This is actually going to be, oh, hang on. Randomize. He's randomizing every time you alt duplicate, it makes a random. That's okay. I can still do that in Octane. RGB curve node, we don't need that. We can kill that. And then this is going into the bump. So, okay. Hue saturation, that's no problem. Mix node, and it's going into the random to mix that. And this is going into the mix node. Okay, I can rebuild this. Let's check it out. So let's go ahead and copy one of these. I'm just gonna got the one that we're on right now. Go ahead and copy that. And let's see if we can actually get the random duplication to work also. That will be nice. And let's paste it into the scene. There it is. And let me at least get it in somewhat of a position where I may want it. I think I want to have a couple here on this perch right here. Rotate Z. And then we'll get some other guys up later on the other places. Z. And GY. Boom. All right, there he is. Let's actually bring him over here. So we already have something sitting there. I want it right there, GX. All right, now let's jump in here. Let's jump in here. And let's isolate the bird, and let's see what we got going here. Let's go into shading. And nodes. There we go. All right. So first thing first, let's go ahead and make this full screen so I can see what we need to do. We're going to add in a universal material first. Let's bring this over here. Let's plug that in. And we need a hue saturation value. We don't really need that, but I know what he's doing. That's just so you can get a little more control. So if I was to want to do that, I would just do a color correction node. Actually, yeah, let's just go color correction node. Color correction node, we'll drop that into the albedo. Right? And then what else do we need? Color correction node to a map range node. I'm not worried about the map range node. I think he's using that to map out the. Okay, so first I'm just gonna get the material in there. I'll do that. I'm not sure if we're gonna mess with all that now that I'm saying that. But let's get the actual material in here. So pigeons, copy that. That's going into a mixed node to that. RGB curves, we don't have that, so that can go literally into the hue saturation node. Let's go RGB image, and let's plug this RGB image. Hang on here for a second. Let's plug this RGB image into the input, and let's paste in that one that we just copied. Pigeon, there it is. And then this same one is going to the bump. We don't need to do that. We can just come straight down here, plug it into the bump. Plug it into the bump, and then I will add a gradient map on there just to translate that into black and white values. What is it? There it is, gradient map, and I might need to invert that, so we'll figure that out in a minute here. And then from there, what is this second one doing? Pigeon JPEG is the same thing, and he's just plugging that into there, tweaking the colors of it, and then using that for the random duplicate mix. Now, if I wanted to try that random duplicate thing, what we could do was, we need a mix node, so I'm going to use the Cycles Octane mix node wrapper, and he's got that going into, bring that down here, duplicate this, and he's just basically altering the color, I think, of it. And let's plug that into, was it B? Yeah, it was plugged into B. Let's take another color correction node, duplicate that, and bring that into there. That's basically replacing the RGB curves for me. And then this one, the main one, is coming into, that's coming into here, into A, right? And again, let's do another RGB, let's do another color. All right, we got that. And then the object info node, which is doing a randomize, for us that would just be a random color generator or something, random color texture. We'll just try that and see if this works. Random color texture, plug that into there. And then this comes back up to here. Okay, so that comes back into here. All right, now let's see if that worked. And let that compile for a minute. All right, definitely we need to tweak the roughness on this guy. He's the most shiniest pigeon I've ever seen. Alright, and the reason why it looks like this is because I'm using real camera lens at the moment, so that's the only reason why it looks like that. I can turn that off. I just basically turn my camera back to, because I was doing a test render earlier, so where is my camera? Right there. Camera rigs in here. Camera. Select my camera. Change it from realistic back to there. So there it is. Now we're back. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. All right, sweet. So there's the bird. Now, let's just quickly alt duplicate it, alt duplicate X, and then come over here and maybe like just tweak something. For example, let's just go extremes right now so we can see if this is gonna work. Gamma that up or something. Actually, right now I don't see it working. Random texture. No, they're both still doing the same thing. Alt duplicate X. What else is that? What is that set to? Color mix. Color mix. Yeah, color mix. Color mix. Huh. Interesting. Well, that's not working, but I'm not worried about that right now. There's another way that I could possibly do it. If I come into... Was it? There's another way that you can do dissolve, no shortcuts. Not here. Yeah. Oh, but this is work. Let me at least see. Are they animated still? Oh, we'll see. They're not still making copies. Yeah. Even though I'm alt duplicating, I don't think it's still making a different copy. It didn't work. I've done it before with the leaf, so I know it's possible, but I'm just not having the correct setup at the moment here. But for now, we got the birds in the scene. I can tweak them later. Just want to keep moving, making progress. So let's take a couple of these guys here. This guy, we'll have him sitting here chilling, right? With another guy here, and then let's take this guy here. GZ up. I don't want to put too many of them in there, but I just want to put a few in there. See how this looks really quick. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. Let's see what that looks like in render mode. I definitely need to get something flying in the sky, like some little drones or something. I'm gonna have to. Oh, that's really nice right there. A silhouette's really nice. You get a silhouette because of the background, the room light right there. So that one actually came out nice. I like that one. The other guys, I don't really think you can even see them. Like they're blending into the background there too well. We got that guy there. That's cool. All right, I like that. That's actually turning out okay there. I think I might need to turn those up a little bit. My next issue is down here in the bottom. I really need something in this foreground here to break up this. And I didn't have anything modeled yet for down here. So, oh, you know what? I was also going to add in was some wires. Like we gotta have the wires, right? We got to have the wires coming across. And the easiest way to do the wires For some reason, my Cablenator is not working properly. Like, for some reason, I can't, like... I don't know what's wrong with Cablenator right now. I just updated it, too. So, if I come in here, make a cube, right? GZ this cube up, and then bring it over here, X. Or watch out, Y. Let's bring it here, and then duplicate this cube, right? I should be able to take this cube and take this cube, Shift A, come down to Cablenator, create cable. And I keep getting this error. What is this error? Could not create instance of the object OT Cablenator to call back frequency invoked. Like, what the heck is going on, dude? Like, I don't understand that. Shift A, create cable. But I can draw it in, but it won't let me. See, if I go draw, it makes a cable. But then it doesn't. I have to do more work to get the cables the way I want it. And I don't like that. So, I don't know what's up with Cablenator. Cablenator, what is wrong? Let me make sure I have the most updated version. Cablenator. I didn't. Oh, I think I bought that on Blender Market. So I'm gonna figure out what's up with the Cablenator, because that is probably one of the most best add-ons I've bought for this thing, because it's just so quick. Super Hive, whatever the hell that is, dude. It's so quick. Hang on a second, guys. I gotta remember my password for this stupid thing. Alright, I just quickly downloaded the new version, so let's see what's up with that. I totally forgot how do you uninstall these? Just turn it off? How do I uninstall it? Huh. How do you uninstall it? I don't know. There's install. Cablenator 4.10. Yep, that's it. All right. Now let's see if this works. Oh, now it's working. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Now it's working. I guess I didn't have the updated version. I thought I was fully updated. I guess I wasn't. There it goes. Now it's working. So now we should be able to come and also make a, here's the width. So we can press S to make the width. And then you can press D to do tension. All right. I don't like that one. D, tension, add a point. G, add a point. Add 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. All right. How do we show wires? X, profile. D. Yeah, it's getting all wigged out right there. It should be like drooping. All right, create that for a minute here. Then if we come back to Cablenator, and then we say simulate cable, simulate cable. Boom, now it just droops it down. All right, that's kind of cool. So now what I want to do, now that I know it's working, let's delete that cube. Let's delete that wire. And what I'm going to do is just take this cube, jump into this mode here, bring this cube, something like that, kind of bring it back over here. And what we're going to do is kind of have it as a point for where the wires will be generated. Actually, I think it's way too high. I want to get the wires in the shot. So again, let's bring it behind the computer and let's bring it like almost level with the camera. And it's going to be a couple of trial and error here. So if we come here and we say create cable, I want to select one like from this point and then to this point. And then D, tension, is way out of whack. It seems like it's upside down, huh? I don't like that one. Let's undo that. Okay, so let's do this. Let me bring this up a little bit more higher. And this time I'm going to come from the bottom. Let's grab that point and let's grab that point. S, scale the width down. D for tension. I think I'm just going to do tension like that and then simulate it. Add points. We have points. How many points do we have? 1 point. Just the one in the middle. So again, let's go G. Let's add points. I don't see the points though when they show up. Show wire X. What is X? Let's see. Show wire X. Okay. Profile B. I don't like that. Twist mode H. Set a profile A. Selecting a curve now. All right, let's see if we can do. Jump out of that. Let's try that again. Cablenator, connect. I want to come from here to here. Then I want to go tension D, like that. I'm just going to leave it set for now. Okay, there. Now it's set. Now if I come back to Cablenator and we go simulate. Where is it at? Simulate cable. Extending length. Fit to denominator below. Curve, modifier points. Let's do everything as stock again. Let's go 1. It's not what I'm looking for. Let me see what that looks like in the camera. Nope, not what I'm looking for either. So I'm thinking maybe we should have some coming draping from here, from the sides. But I just want to figure out how to get a good sim out of it before I start placing them where I want. Simulate cable. Let's do this. Let's go 1 and 2. Actually, let's do 1 first. Let's go 1 on extending length. Edit cable with parameters. Draw cables. Simulate cables. It feels like it needs more points in between it, probably. Actually, that's not too bad right there. That's actually kind of cool. Alright, so let's kind of expand on this here. I'm going to take this cube here. Let's go to the top view. Duplicate that cube over here. Duplicate this cube over here. Let's get them kind of crossing. GZ a little bit. Something like that. And then, because I also think it has to do with the point or where you put it at, as far as like the cube itself. I mean the point that it connects to. Create cable. Select this face. Select this face. S. Bring that down to like 0.6. Again, D, tension. I don't know what's up with that. G, add points. Now it won't let go of D. D, D. Oh, geez, it's totally wigging out now. There we go. G. I added points, but I don't see the points. D. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's something. There we go. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it had a whole bunch of points. Ah, okay, I see now. Let's go O G O G. That's a little bit better, but I don't want to deal with so many points. So can I back that off? Curvature points, multiple points, multiplier. Multiplier. So if we have 1 point, it's going to multiply it to 2 points, right? And we jump in here. How many points does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's a little bit more manageable. Actually, just going to take this same cable, Alt duplicate it, GZ it up, GY it over, like that. Let's keep it simple. All right, let me save that. We got to give these a texture. They don't have textures. I already had a cable texture for that. Cable. All right, and this guy needs the same thing here. And then just to make this kind of have some sense, like there's a bunch of a wire just randomly coming from there. Let me come down here, grab this guy, duplicate, Z it up. Just so that makes sense. Like we got some wires like all kind of like hanging out there, right? I'll duplicate these. Let's kind of bring it like up here. Also some more, just like a whole bunch of wires there. Rotate this a little bit like that. And maybe rotate it a little bit like that just to get some more. And I'm gonna Alt duplicate it one more time. And same thing. It's like a whole bunch of wires kind of hanging out there, right? That makes a little bit more sense, right? All right. Ooh, this background area is still not filling out the whole shot there. Then let's see here, since we're on the wire tip, let's see what else we can get crazy with on the wires. Let's say we go, I don't want to go too crazy on the wires because it's like so trendy. Why, like anytime you have a sci-fi or anything, like you have to go crazy wires. Like I don't want to go too crazy, right? Let's actually change this one up just a little bit. I forgot I alted them, so they're gonna both do the same thing. It's no problem. Let's just take one and shift D it. Don't alt it. Let's rotate it just slightly different. And that's not making any sense. That might make a little bit more sense. Yeah, the wires feel good. I don't want to go too crazy. Wires feel good. I wonder if I should add a person here. I got those animated people from the Ian packs. I have like lots of animated people. But I don't want to distract because the whole point is this sign here. Oh, you know what we could do? I don't really want to add too many plants because the whole point is this desolate concrete environment and the euphoria of going to an utopia place. But maybe just add a little bit of foliage, like giving it some life on this balcony here. Some life, like somebody's got a couple little plants. Let's at least try that. Yeah, let's at least try that. Okay. And I probably could take this one here. Shift duplicate. GZ it up a little bit. Shift duplicate Y. Pull one back. GZ it down a little bit more. Oh, this one's cutting into the building. Can't have that. All right, nice. All right, let me go back to my checklist. We got that. We got the birds on top. Now, the only thing that I was missing was I felt like I still needed something in the bottom foreground down here at the bottom. Oh, and I also wanted to duplicate this. Hang on. I wanted to take this. Oh, duplicate it. GY, put it in the back here. And I also wanted to have it like GZ, kind of like this was going to help sell a little more depth in the background here once I have my depth of field back on. I mean my haze going back on. And I don't want to make it parallel. Let's run it at a slight angle. And let's go GY. Bring it back. Maybe something like that. Or maybe even go more like Z. Maybe something like this. GY. just to try to get some more depth. OC, and let's go GX. Kind of fill in this gap here. Okay, now I do have a bare spot right here, but I don't think that's bad. Doesn't need to be, but I really want to make this place dense. Does that show up there? All right, let's see how that looks. I think I need more chaos down here too. I need more chaos down here. You know what? Let's do this. Down here on the bottom. What is it? Those grid lines, I don't need those anymore. I don't need the floor. Yeah, we can turn that off. This section here. This section here needs work. Now, what I could do, graffiti. Put some graffiti on that. That's what we can possibly do. Let's go back to layout. Where was I at? I was in modeling, I think. All right, unhide that. Yeah, we can just throw some graffiti on that one. And the easiest way will probably be able just to throw some planes on it instead of trying to just throw some transparent planes down there. Will be probably the easiest way to do it. Or I could, how else could we do it? We could take it into Photoshop, throw it up there. Yeah. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. How long I've been going. Oh my gosh, I've been going at it for almost 2.5 hours. I need to take a break. I'm getting burnt. Alright guys. I'm gonna jet out. I'm super hungry. And I've been at it for 2.5 hours. This was supposed to be an hour stream. I'll be posting this up. Probably finishing it within like maybe today or tomorrow. But definitely. Thanks if you guys were hanging out. I'm out, guys. Peace.